But our thought of the day was the what, the when, the how, and the why. And what I was referring to was the Great Awakening as the what. And it is the awakening of the Most High's true people. Us folks, as I like to call them. And what I did in my earlier recording is I basically read over my notes and my script for each word. The what, the when, the why, and the how. But we'll come back and either read over those texts or just put them in the recording. But the why is because of our lack of obedience. The reason why we're being scattered into all the nations, which I explained in the what. But it's because of our disobedience to our loving Father. And see what he did, he scattered us to the other nations for a learning process, for punishment. See, that's how the Most High works. He said the best way to get your attention is through your enemy, which he says he's the one that he's created, the smith, which is like a fire worker, work with metal and fire. And he's created the situation that we're in to learn from. But he said that the nations were too harsh with their punishment of us, or their enslavement. But that's the why our forefathers was hard-headed. They didn't want to follow the laws, statutes, and commands that they said they would follow through Moses. So the Most High told them through Moses. Well, first he told them through Abraham that they would be strangers in the land for 400 years, and that they would be enslaved for those 400 years. And we also know that this couldn't have meant the prior Egypt when our people was in bondage, because they was only servants and slaves for like 200 some odd years. But the win is us now here in 2021, and time is up. Just like I said earlier, time is running out. And I think there was a group called Maze that made that song in 2003. And even back then, they knew that their time was running out. But our 400 years of servants and slaves and bondage here in this land and all over the world is over. And even Trump himself, former President Trump, acknowledged the 400 years being over and signed a bill saying so. And basically, to me, in my understanding, I believe this bill was just a call to his people or his constituents that their time was running out, and that they needed to make America great again by getting us back into slavery again, or simply wiping us out and starting over with new help. As right now they're inviting in other their next round of slaves, so they think, with the immigrants they're inviting in from all over the world. But the Most High has a plan, as he's been telling me the last 2 months. I have a plan, trust the Most High. I have a plan, trust the Most High. And see, this is one of the reasons why people must wake up. Because time is not only running out for our enemies, but it's running out for us to make up our mind if we're going to be on the Most High side or the enemy side. And the how, I said, by a strong hand, by his strong right hand. In the text, it says that the Most High wouldn't be known so much so, in my own words, for our deliverance out of Egypt, but more so from our deliverance from the lands where he scattered us from, the land of the north and all the other nations in the world. So this is going to get the Most High a greater name than he has now. And it said he would bring us back to the land of our fathers that he gave our fathers. So that lets us know that the land where the people, the land and where the people are now are not theirs. That's our father's promised land, so that's our land. So see, we don't have to fight over nothing. I heard a fellow say today that we don't have a plan, we don't have the resources, we don't have this, we don't have that. However, we have the Most High, so we have all of those things because he has a plan. And Dwayne Harris, Morey Dwayne Harris, asked that since it's Black History Month, that some of the people that put out product on the platform he started, he asked that we would reach out to our brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers who haven't come into the awakening yet, and a lot of them are straddling the fence. And he told us to speak to them today or in a recording. And I thought this would be the perfect recording to speak to our family members. and pardon all this spitting out, I'm working out. And I heard Amore say at one time, the reason why the ones that are awakened already is because when they was out there in the church, they was the ones seeking the Most High with all their heart, all their minds, all their soul, and with all their strength. They was the ones seeking first the Most High's kingdom, as he asked us to do. So that's one of the reasons why he woke us up first. He woke up the elect to the elect, which means he woke up the first wave of individuals to help him wake up the rest of our brothers and sisters. And the text goes on to say that we overcome by the word of our, by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony, which is our telling our story to how the Most High woke us up. And also, as I was saying in my prior recording that didn't take, pardon me, my family members can hear something in your voice that will change their minds, or I may be able to say something that they will listen to, but they won't listen to, or my family won't listen to me, or your family won't listen to you, but they might, just might listen to someone else. So this is my plea. And as I said in the beginning of my other recording, that the Most High has had me praying for Israel here the last 2 months. And like I said, he was telling me that he had a plan. So I know this is just, and that I should pray for Israel, my family and Israel also. And I have been doing so. And see, this is an answer to prayer, because this is going to bring out more resources for us to share with our family members. That, like I said, may hear something in somebody else's voice and be like, that sold me right there. I need to hear that. That brought me on into the kingdom. And something else I wanted to say before I get going, and that is, once saved is not always saved, per se. And I say per se because the text says, those that endure until the end, those shall be the ones that save. So that means you got to do some endurance. You can't live this lifestyle that the church teaches, as far as live like hell all week and then come Sunday get a little oil sprinkled on your head or slapped on your head and say, I'm sorry, and it's all done. You're good for another week. And basically you're good because the Most High is going to forgive you. But no, that could be further from the truth. See, that wind needs to cut it out. As soon as I get to hitting some real touchy areas, it want to go higher and higher. But no, don't think that because Pastor them told you that the Most High's grace and mercy is going to keep you from now to eternity, that you once saved, you're always saved. No. It says you must confess your sins one to another. And see, this is a consistent thing, that you must go to the Most High and ask him for forgiveness consistently, and to purge their heart, and to keep you clean. And it's a work. It's a work. It's nothing that you do it and you're done, just like me out here working out every day. I have to do this 5 days a week. Really, I should be doing it 6, but I'm only doing it 5 days because it takes me 2 days to rest. But I treat it as my job for the Most High, and I have to have a healthy body to be able to get out here and do these recordings and share my testimony, which is an ongoing thing. That's why it can't be no such a thing as once saved, always saved, because your testimony is evolving, and your salvation is evolving. Just like the text says, work out your own soul salvation with fear and trembling. It didn't say you worked it out once when you came to the Most High. But let me get my squats on. I'm starting to get a little cold, and I don't want to get cold. But as I was saying, it don't look as if I recorded it. But then, once again, I was talking to myself. I was saying that my wife and I have been what seemed like designated hitters on a baseball team, to where we have been what seems to be to us as the final call or the final plea from the Most High to individuals. And I don't say this in efforts to scare folks. But as I said before, and I hope I recorded it, it is what it is. See, that has been our mentality about a lot of things, or most things, when it comes to ourselves and dealing with other people. We'll say it is what it is, get over it. So with the way the Most High set up things, it is what it is also. And all we can do is get over it, get along with it, or get over it, and make our bed where we make our bed. But I don't set myself up to be no kind of special person in doing these recordings, but a child of the Most High, and a person that makes himself available to the Most High. And see, that's the difference. That's why I can hear the Most High's voice clearly, because he sees my consistency and making myself available to him to be used by him. And see, he can use me now as a vessel of honor because I've swapped teams. I've changed teams for the better. It's just like being on a professional sports team and the other team is paying you more. So you say, okay, I'm not going to renew my contract with you busters because y'all don't, y'all don't value my importance, or you don't see the importance of my value. But the Most High does, and he's calling us to himself for our benefit. And see, that's the whole point about it. I know you're tired of that old ragged, broke down life you're living. Get over yourself. Just like the preacher was calling out to the old folks. He was like, y'all are old as dirt. What are you out here doing talking about you ain't ready yet? What else can you do? And if you do want to do something, you probably can't do it, even with a little pill. And I'm not trying to get graphic, I'm just being for real is what he said, and it's true. You've done all that you can out here in this world. And tell me this, has it worked yet? Is it working? Or do you even think in the future it'll work? And I have the short answer to that, and it's no, emphatically no. So like I said, I come out here every day, 5 days a week, as the voice of the Most High, pleading to folks to turn to him and pleading to folks to take care of their bodies. Because without that body, you can't do nothing out here in this world. Like the text says, we live, we breathe, and have our being through the Most High. But if we're not going to be obedient to the fact that we need to take care of our physical health, then we can't be used. We can't live. We can't breathe. We can't have our being in the Most High. But see, he set up all of these promises